Welcome to an Easy Flow Yoga. Today we're going to get started on the mat. If you need blocks, grab 2 blocks, and we're just going to start with sitting in a cross-legged position on your mat. I'm going to focus on breathing and releasing the shoulders and the upper chest before we move on to the rest. So just place your hands on your knees, take a nice long deep breath in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth as you inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Let's go one more. And exhale. So as you continue to breathe, you're going to keep the tongue to the roof of your mouth, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. We're just going to roll the shoulders as we pull them up and roll back. You can place your hands on the knees, or if it's more comfortable, to just let them hang beside and roll back. Let's go 2 more, up and back. Good. Now we're going to change direction as we come forward, roll them forward. Good. And just focus on your breath. We're just warming up the body. Okay, now we're going to take your hands, place them on your shoulders. You're going to roll with your elbows. Take them up and back. Perfect. Good. Now work within your range of motion. You might not be able to get your elbows as high. If this is where you're at and you have less of a range of motion, not a problem. You're going to work within that. And then every time you roll, just try to take them a little bit higher. And go 1 more round, and then we're going to come forward, changing direction. So you're going to feel that. Might be a little crunchy in there. A little movement in the shoulder girdle. And breathe. Perfect. And again, range of motion is what we're going to work on. Go 2 more and around. Perfect. All right. So now we're just going to come forward. What we're going to do is a little bit of a cat and camel action. So you're going to press your hands into the mat. You're going to roll the waist back and then inhale and pull the chest forward. And again, exhale, roll back onto the back of your tailbone, and then inhale. So you're going to feel that shift from the tailbone to your sit bones. Roll it out, press the hands, inhale, pull the chest forward. Let's go 1 more. Exhale and inhale. Perfect. We're going to take your left hand to the side, place it on the floor, and we're going to take your right arm up and reach. We want to open up the side of the body here. So we're placing your hands not too far behind, just right in the side. Inhale and reach. Okay, as you actively are reaching your fingers up towards the ceiling, we're going to take that all the way over to the left. So your left arm's going to bend. You're going to open up on the side of the body, so you're bending at the waist. Okay, if you're able to do a little bit of a turn with the chest, looking up towards the ceiling, and then we're going to exhale, roll down, come around through center. Place your right hand on the floor, and the left arm is going to go up. And again, you're just actively reaching up. Focus on the breath as you're opening up the side body here. And again, little turn if you're able, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to turn back down and release. Perfect. We're going to place that left hand behind and the right hand on the left knee, and we're turning. So imagine right at the waist, you're going to turn like you're squeezing out a towel. You're going to twist. So that's the action we want to have at the waist. So we're not rotating and shifting the weight into the hip. We're going to turn right at the belly button. So imagine you have that pole that's running from the crown of your head down your spine, and the upper body is going to turn around. So as you place your right hand on the left knee, we're going to inhale and lift, and then exhale and turn. You're going to turn your head, look all the way around over the left shoulder. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, come back to center. Perfect. We're going to take your right hand behind and the left on the right knee. So we're going to inhale and lift and exhale and turn. And again, we're rotating that upper body around. We're going to turn the head all the way around. Look behind the shoulder. One more deep breath here. And we exhale and come forward. We feel a little bit looser here. Roll your shoulders both directions. And now remember which leg that you have in front. So if you're starting with the right leg in front, we're going to hinge forward from the hip as we lift the rib cage. And as we come forward, we're just going to actively keep the hands engaged into the floor. So opposed to just like keeping them here, we're actively pressing down to keep the chest lifted and the shoulders back. And then you're just going to slowly come forward. You're going to feel that deeper into the right hip. Okay, and then press your chest through. So imagine you're pressing the chest towards the floor. All right, we're going to walk it to the left. So you're going to keep the body forward, walk your hands over to the left, go within your range of motion. You're going to feel that stretch through the right side of the body. Perfect. We're going to walk ourselves back, hold here, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to walk to the right. And again, you're going to feel that stretch in the left side of the body. One more breath in. As you exhale, come back to center. Fabulous. Now we're going to switch sides. Make sure that you're now changing and you've got the left if you had the right. So now the left is in front and we're going to do the exact same thing. As we go forward, you're hinging forward from the hip. So you're going to feel that shift on the hip sit bones. So those little bones in your bum. It's called the sit bones. So you actively press the hands down and we're going to arch, pull the shoulder blades back, lift the chest forward. Good. Focusing on the breath. So this time we're going to go to the right first. So we have the left leg in front. Okay, here we go. Walking the arms over. And then just go within your range of motion. You're going to feel that stretch down the side of the body. So if you're able to go a little bit farther, then absolutely do that. If you're going a little bit less, not a problem. Work within the range of your body, focusing on your breath. Okay, we're going to walk back to center. Hold here for one breath. And exhale, over we go to the left. And again, you're going to feel that more on the right side. So if you're able to get a little bit more distance, give it a try. If not, it's a little bit less. Don't stress about it. It's all in the making of what your body's going to be able to do. One more breath in here and exhale, come back to center. Perfect. We're going to walk ourselves back up. Perfect. You're going to release your legs, shake them out, give them a little bit of shake, and then we're going to bend, place your hands behind you. If you're having a problem with your wrists and you need to have your blocks, placing your hands on the blocks or make a fist, whatever works best for you. So we're going to take your feet and they're going to be just a little bit wider than hip width. And then we're just going to rock side to side. Okay. Now, as you're going through, the hips are going to rotate. Obviously, you can see my butt is coming up off the mat. We're going to go one more to the right and now hold on the left. Okay, so we're going to actively try to press the knees down and we're going to walk yourself slightly forward. You're going to feel that engagement in the obliques. Perfect. Now we're going to come all the way around to the left and hold here. We're still holding the knees in line. And if you're able to go deeper and go onto your elbows, you can do that. If not, stay up on your hands. Okay, and then we're going to come back and place your hands and side to side, to the right and left, and actively press your knees down. Okay, one more to the left, and then we're going to drop over to the right and hold that position. Now we're going to walk yourselves back up. So we're shifting the weight into center. Okay, and now we're going to roll. We rotate so you can see what I'm doing. So from here, and then we're going to walk ourselves over to the right. Place your hands. If you're able to go down onto your elbows, go for that. If not, you're holding here and just let the hips open. So there's a turn and a twist at the waist here. Perfect. Okay, come on back to center. We're going to place your hands behind you one more time and side to side. Okay, this will help open up your hips, release any tension in the base of the spine. Okay, we're going to come into center and then bring your feet in for a sitting cobbler's pose. Okay, you're going to wrap your hands around and gently pull yourself forward. If it's more comfortable for you to bring your elbows in the front, you're going to do that. Good, and just allow the body to relax, let the hips relax, allow the knees to drop out. If you need a little bit extra, you're going to place your hands around the knee ankles and press onto the knees. Okay, let's hold for 3 more breaths. Okay, release. We're going to bring the knees up and we're going to swing them around and we're going to come onto your hands and knees for a tabletop position. We're going to do a cat and camel. It's a great way to loosen up the spine as you arch your back. So imagine you're letting your belly fall. Lift the chest, take a breath in, and then exhale. Tuck your tailbone under, roll all the way up, press into your palms, drop your chin. Good. Here we go. And again, arch the back, lift the chest, inhale, and then exhale, roll it up. Good. Pull the belly button up towards your spine. And inhale, lift, and exhale, tuck under. Tuck your tailbone, pull the chin down. Last one, as you inhale and exhale, roll it under. We're going to come back to neutral. You're going to roll your toes under and sit back onto your heels. Okay, so we're going to take this a little bit slower. I know for a lot of people that I'm coaching and training, this can be really, really tight. So we're going to come forward, flatten your toes, press your hips back. And again, as you come forward, roll your toes under, press the hips back, come forward, flatten your feet, press the hips back. We're going to go one more through the sequence. Roll your toes under, press the hips back, come forward, flatten your feet, and press back into child's pose. Extend the arms, tuck the tailbone under. We're going to keep your arms active as you're pressing your hands down into the floor. Okay, we're going to take your right hand on top of the left. Reach your arms forward as you press your hips back. Release, place your right hand back on the mat. Take your left hand on top of your right hand. Press the arm forward. Push your hips back. And release. All right, we're going to come back up onto your hands and knees, and we're going to do an opening for the shoulder. You're going to take your your right hand, slide it through, drop down onto the shoulder, keeping your left elbow up, and actively reach the right hand. Okay, you're going to keep your hips pressed up towards the ceiling, reaching that arm. If you want to extend this, you're going to take your left arm up, walk your fingers up, twist slightly towards the ceiling. One more breath in. Slide your left hand back, press back up into tabletop. Now we're going to swap directions. So as you take your left hand, slide it through and reach. Good. And you see my elbow is still pointing straight up towards the ceiling, and you're actively reaching your hands so the pinky finger's on the floor. Okay, if you want to make this a little bit more, you're going to walk your hand forward, twist slightly towards the ceiling. Perfect. One more breath. Slide your right hand back and come up. Brilliant. All right. You're going to again roll your toes under, and we're going to press back and then press forward. Flatten your feet. Press the hips back. We're keeping your hands locked in on the floor so that the shoulders get movement through the shoulder girdle. Roll your toes under and press back. Press forward, flatten your feet, and press back. So from here, if you have your blocks handy, we're going to come forward. If you need to, as we go into hero's pose, to sit on a block, you're going to place your block underneath your hips. If you don't need that, you're fine. And then we're just going to make sure that your feet are coming out a little wider than your bum. We're going to tuck your tailbone out. So we're going to lift and hold. So we're going to just place your hands. We're going to hold the breath here. When we're going to feel, if you're really tight in your quad, you're going to feel that right there. Okay, so if you're able to lower that, go a little bit deeper into the heroes. If it's too much on your knees, then you're going to just put that back up and you're going to hold that position. If you're able to lower all the way down to the floor, then you're going to do that. I'm a little tight today, so I'm staying up on the brick. Otherwise, you can place your bum on the floor and hold with 3 more breaths here. Last breath in. Okay, as we come forward, remove your block, place onto your hands and knees, and we're going to press back into the toes. We're going to straighten out the leg, hold here, get solid in your shoulders, and you're going to take your other leg out into a plank position and exhale, lowering yourself down. Okay, we're going to do a little mini Cobra here. So you're going to place your hands, we're going to roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. So you want to be using the glutes and your low back for this. And then exhale and release. And again, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale and release. Now, you're going to slide your elbows forward for Sphinx. We're going to pull the shoulder blades back. What we're looking to do is open up and lengthen in the rectus abdominis, so the abdominal muscles. If you're keeping your elbows underneath the shoulders pulled back, and imagine if you're wearing a pendant. So right at the sternum, you want to like lift up and allow the glutes to relax, allow your low back to relax. We're using the shoulders to pull back. So actively pull your elbows back towards your hips, lifting the chest up. Drop the chin slightly and breathe. There you go. One more breath here. It's a great relaxer for the low back. As you release, slide your hands back. You're going to roll your toes under, press back up into child's. Take your knees nice and wide. Extend the arms. You're like allowing your butt to come down onto your heels as you press your palms forward, drop your forehead. Here we go. As you actively press forward, you're pressing into the legs. We're going to come up, bring your knees together, walk your body up, and we're going to go into a start of a camel. Now, if you're having a problem with the low back, then I suggest that you just stay into child's. But if we're looking to give this one a go, you're going to place your hands into the small of your back. Okay, because we want to support the low back. You're going to keep your knees shoulder width apart. And then to start point, we're going to actually press the hips forward. So we're not really doing a whole lot other than tucking your tailbone under. So the bum goes down and under, and you're pressing your hips forward. We're just going to support the low back this way as we press forward and lift the chest. Now we've really already opened up here. So it's going to release a little bit better. So again, hips first, squeeze your butt, place your hands into the low back and lift the chest. You're really actively pulling your elbows together, keeping the chest lifted here. Good. One more breath in and exhale. Bend, place your butt on the heels and extend the arms, drop down into child's. Slide your hands back so your hands are underneath the shoulders, roll your shoulders back and come up. We're in a hero's pose, and from here, we're going to go up one more time into camel. Place your hands, push the hips forward as you tuck the tailbone under. We're going to lift the rib cage, lift the chest. Take a breath in and exhale. One more breath in. And exhale, press your hips back into child's. Extend the arms forward. Slide your hands back underneath. Press yourself up. And you're going to come forward on your mat. We're going to go up into a downward dog and forward into a pigeon lunge. As you roll your toes under, with your knees bent, push your hips up towards the ceiling, and then just pedal out. Press down into the right. Bend your knees, allow the weight to shift back into the hips. Press the left one down. Good. Come back, bend the knees, and again, press your right heel down. And again, bend your knees, both heels are in the air. Press your left one down. Good. As you look forward, pull your left knee forward behind your left wrist. So if you're using your mat as a guide, your left knee is on one side and the sole of your foot is on the other, and the sole of your foot lines up with the right hip flexor. Now, if you're a little bit tight, you're going to have your hips are going to be a little bit higher, and that's totally okay. If you need to have a brick or a bolster underneath to support, again, use that support as we release through the hips. Fully extending, you're going to actually roll your right toes under, lift your back knee, contract your quad. So as we lift the knee away from the mat, we're going to let the hip drop. You're going to feel that stretch through the hip flexor and up into the abdominal in the right side. Okay, we're going to keep that chest lifted. Press back into the right toes. We're going to drop that right knee, flatten the right foot, and come forward onto your elbows if you're able. If you're not and you're still up and your hands hold there, we're going to shift and slide that weight over into the left hip. Always work within your capabilities. If this is too much and you're too deep into the posture, then please stay up on your hands. Okay. Just going to slowly shift that weight over. We're not rolling the whole body. Shoulders stay back, upper body stay centered. We're just deepening the stretch into the left side. Okay, here we go. As you inhale, shift your weight back into center. Roll your right toe under. Place your hands. You're going to lift your back knee. Press up into downward dog. Keep both knees bent. We're going to press into that left heel. And your right heel is up off the mat. So you're going to feel all of that weight into the left side, opening up the back of the knee. Now we're going to lift both, bend both knees. Push the right heel down. Again, lift your heel, bend the knees, press your left heel down. One breath in, both heels. Here you come. Right knee forward to the right wrist into a pigeon lunge on the right side. And again, roll your shoulders back. Get comfortable where you are. Okay, if your hips are high, and again, if you need your block underneath the hip, do that. Use whatever aid that puts you in the right alignment and the right position for your posture. Okay, we're gonna lift, you're gonna roll those toes under, lift your back knee, and then let that hip drop. So as you pull the knee away from the mat, let your hip drop down. You're gonna feel a deeper stretch there. Okay, we're gonna relax that knee. Come down onto the elbows if you're able. If you're staying up on your blocks or your hands, whatever the case may be, do that. You can always work into this extended position later on. Okay, we're going to slowly slide the right hip over. Okay, try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. It tends to be easy to do this as we get tired. We're going to pull that back. Okay, one more breath. As we inhale, come back into center, walk our hands back. We're going to lift, roll your toes under, lift that back knee, and press back up into downward dog. Press all the weight into your right heel. And then just pedal your feet out side to side, allowing the hips to rock out. As you exhale, come down onto the knees. We're going to swing your legs around. Perfect. From here, we're going to go into a sitting twisted posture before we go into corpse. So take your feet hip width apart. You're going to take your right hand under the right leg, grab onto your left foot, pull it through like you're threading a needle. So you're going to pull that left foot back so the foot is in line with your butt and your left knee is in line with your hip. If this is really tight for you, you're going to stay in this modified position here. If you're able to cross over and keep equal weight on both sides of your bum, you're going to place your right foot on the outside of your left knee. From here, you're going to interlock your fingers, and we're just going to pull that knee, actively pull it in towards the chest. We're going to lift. If this is where you're staying, then stay here, get comfortable, allow everything to release. If you're able to do the turn, you're going to take your right arm up and behind you. As you wrap your left arm around the knee, we're going to keep that chest lifted as you actively pull the right shoulder blade back. Okay, holding for one more breath. Okay, as you release, bring your right arm around in front. We're going to continue the turn all the way to the left. Open it up. Take a breath in here and exhale. Come back to center. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to uncross. Here we go. So we're going to start positions again. Legs are in line with your hips. You're going to take your left hand under the left leg, grab onto the right, pull through like you're threading a needle. So the knee is now in line with your hip and your foot is beside your left butt cheek. And again, if you're modifying, and this is where you are, hold your position. If you're able to cross over, placing your foot, weight in both sides of the butt. Okay, interlock your fingers, lift the chest. You're going to get comfortable here first before you do that turn. If you're able to do your turn, you're going to take your left arm up and around, and then lock your right arm around the knee. Perfect. And then keep your chest lifted as we do this. Okay, holding for one more breath. As you exhale, come back to center and continue the turn as you open it up. Inhale and exhale, come back to center. Perfect. We're going to uncross and drop into corpse. If you want a blanket over your legs or a pillow or a block under your head, you can do that. You're going to place your hands behind your knees as you inhale and exhale. Roll yourself down. Extend the legs, place your hands beside your body, close your eyes, return your breathing to normal, and allow your body to relax. Give gratitude to your body for everything you were able to achieve today. Give love to your body for everything it allowed you to do. Take a nice long deep breath in and exhale. Allow your body to sink into the mat. Allow your body to relax completely. Please feel free to continue your corpse for as long as you like. You can go up to like 15 minutes. I appreciate the time that you spent with me today doing morning flow. At any time, if you want, leave a comment below. Let me know how you felt.